So let's begin inside the box with excuse me, these, Karin. Maybe subtitle Chibi Vampire or something like that. I don't know. I do know that it was an amusing series to watch. I at least enjoyed it. And then to kind of go in a widely different spectrum, we go on to Dragon Ball Z Kai, which of course I've mentioned before, enjoying watching, and realizing that the Frieza Saga is completely absurd, and even DBZ Kai doesn't really save it, I guess. Let's see. Not the Namek Saga, but the Frieza Saga. Namek Saga stuff is, I think, still pretty cool, but kind of absurd. Frieza stuff is... It just becomes obvious that the Vegeta fight was better, in my opinion. Yep. And I don't know when Part 5 comes out, but these 4 parts, which go up to episode 52, this is everything that's come out thus far. Frieza is not quite defeated yet. Let's see. I guess we can do one more. Now, Chobits DVD 1 is actually a rather important DVD to note. I received it for my birthday, one of my birthdays, and I think this was the first exploratory DVD. Before this, I think my primary way to discover new anime was... Well, actually, I guess the DVDs I was buying were simply stuff I had previously downloaded. And Chobits was at the point when I decided DVDs could probably introduce me to series I had never even heard of before. And I could just start gambling on them. And that of course, leads on to the modern day crazy stuff where you start buying series that you don't care if it's going to be good or not. Forgot. This is a little poster board thing, isn't it? But yeah. And I remember when this was coming out, I had to actually use allowance to buy these DVDs. This was some amusing stuff. I think we all really enjoyed watching that first DVD that first night on my birthday. The reason I'm investigating them is I think some of them come with mini poster or mini pencil boards like this. My friend was talking about wanting to rewatch it. I really had to rewatch it with him. Unfortunately, my TV's not working, and that certainly makes things hard. Huh. I wonder if I can go back and buy just the pencil boards for DVDs 1 through. Then again, those wouldn't be the only things I would look for. And finally, we got Chobits DVD 7. Now, this one's kind of interesting if I remember right. It has all the unnecessary recap episodes. I say unnecessary as in it skipped episode 9.5 in the earlier episodes and episode 18.5, and then 24.5 was a kind of a recap of the entire series that also kind of caught up on stuff we had seen. This one probably also came with the Chobits. Yep. It's very intriguing. Oh wait, did I open it to see if I've got the poster board in here? Oh look, I do. Huh. As you can see, I have the very first release of Trigun. I'm not exactly calling it superior, only just saying that since I got the first release, I haven't had any need to go try and acquire the second ones. It's a really great series though, or at least I really enjoyed it. Blue Gender. This is an interesting box, simply because, let's see, it's a complete collection, and we got the individual discs for the series, 4, 5. No, nothing too unusual there. Up to DVD 8, and there's the movie, I think. Although, I haven't watched the movie. Huh. Well, what's the purpose of this? There's empty back sleeve. Oh well, the series was intriguing. Some of it wasn't that completely unpredictable, but I like the direction it took, nonetheless. So these ones are kind of enigmatic to identify from this angle, since they all look the same, but it's easier to tell that it's D. Grayman. We take a look at everything else about them. The artwork, the cases, etc. Unfortunately, I've only watched the first half. It's got some really neat concepts that's set up, and I swear that I just saw that graphic used twice. If not another one also used twice. But anyways, it does seem to take its time a little more than I would prefer in some cases, from what I remember. But that's from the first 26 episodes, and it didn't necessarily mean that there's no payoff so much as, well, there might not be payoff simply because these 2 seasons are all that were released as far as I know. Probably means they weren't selling too well. I think that's what it usually means when Funimation does that. Let's finish up this pile with... hold on, I have to figure out which is the first DVD and which is the second. Durarara. Which is a very appropriate thing to talk about now, since Part 3, I think, came out today, but because of my tighter financial situation, I was not able to order Part 3 until my paycheck hit on Tuesday. And now I'm feeling comfortable again. Oh look, it comes with cards. This is kind of hard to do with one hand. It's like this was a task not designed for one-handed work. Now if I very carefully put it back together. Oh look, there's more artwork on the back here. Normally covered up by the DVD information, which I probably don't need to keep, but I'm kind of compulsive about keeping inserts like this, I guess. Assuming I can get this back in its plastic, though. And anyways, basically, I guess that means that Durarara Part 3 won't arrive until probably a couple days from now. Maybe even tomorrow. But, let's see, let's leave the insert there. Remember to take a look at the back. Now on the inside, oops, I don't need to keep that. Here, let's set this down and do this. Did I think I might have watched Durarara Part 1 Disc 2, and I haven't watched any of Part 2. Oh my god. I really need to. I keep falling behind so much, it's kind of disappointing. So, I bought the complete collection version of Fruits Basket. I remember at the time thinking that these episodes were actually pretty well condensed onto these. I wasn't used to, like, a 26 episode series being released on 4 discs. But there you go. So, the content itself was quite amusing, but, you know, hearing what I've heard about what happens now, I can't help but be a little disappointed that the anime didn't continue, but not unnecessarily disappointed. Anyways, next up we've got Naruto Shippuden. Actually, this would be the last thing I was asked to show. And we'll try and do all of this. As you can see, I have here all the individuals. I can feel that the DVDs are really thin. Like they're trying to save margins, or maybe using recycled material, I guess. But Viz stopped releasing individuals at DVD 12. So, anyways, I also have the box set versions of them because the box sets came with figures. And I believe the box sets, the contents of the box sets, are exactly the same. Which means I could actually probably donate those 12 DVDs to a friend for something in need, although getting those to them is going to be ridiculous. I mean, whoever would want them would pretty much need to have collected Naruto on their own. I don't know. And the last box set like this, which was the last one to come with an anime figure, was box set 4. Which means that Naruto Shippuden had a total of 4 limited edition versions. And then after that, we got these individual DVD sized 3-disc cases, which isn't too bad. I mean, I'd prefer this to the series not coming out anymore. It's highly possible that I was the only one buying limited edition versions or something like that. Individuals might not have been selling as well as they hoped. You never know. But yeah, same deal here. This was the latest release. I haven't looked to see if or when set 7 is coming out, but given that I recently finished set 6, I hope soon. And then finally, Naruto Shippuden had a movie that came out. There's a booklet in here, but otherwise, it's a pretty simple, straightforward release with a sleeve. The original Japanese movie booklet included. Now, there we go. That's all of this week's Inside the Box requests.